Going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we are back here with some 2023 Cricket World Cup match review between Sri Lanka and Pakistan. They do end up taking the chocolates here in what I want to say has been arguably the best game of the tournament so far. This had lots of runs, lots of good catches, some pretty embarrassing fielding at times. It had the whole lot, great atmosphere, big knocks, good wickets. I think I've already said that like twice, but it was a good game. So hey, we're gonna jump straight into this one. So if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and comment down below all of your thoughts on this one. At the end of the video, I will also just go through the upcoming games and preview a few of those in a few minutes. But yeah, let's just go through this game. A thrilling game of cricket in the end. I actually didn't get to see the ending of this game. So I woke up this morning expecting that Sri Lanka were honestly gonna win. I thought they set a really good total. Kusal Mendis is a superstar, and I thought he did enough. Pakistan lost a few early wickets, and then I went to bed and I said, okay, this is done. Sri Lanka are gonna win this. And then Pakistan have two ginormous hundreds in big situations that end up getting them this victory. So we're gonna run through all of that here. Doesn't really matter if you're a neutral fan or you go for one of these teams. Just amazing viewing of cricket, to be honest. This is what we wanted. Player of the match, Mohammad Rizwan. He is having some sort of start to this World Cup. He scored big in the first game, and now he scores big here. 131 not out off 121 deliveries. Just match-winning knock that leads his team to victory in the end. He was fucking superb. Like, is this arguably his best knock? I'm really unsure of his previous best work in a World Cup, but this has to be up there with like a top 3 Mohammad Rizwan innings. It was just, when your team's under the pressure, the captain's out early, someone has to stand up and go big, and he was the man who did it and not out as well, which is the most important thing. You lead the team to victory off your own bat. Yeah, just outstanding stuff there with the stick in hand. All right, Sri Lanka into bat first on a deck. Where was this played again? Was this in Hyderabad? That's Hyderabad, yes? Yeah, okay, so that's Hyderabad. I thought so. I just had to double check that. You know how the memory gets sometimes. But good deck for batting. Fair to say you would have preferred to bat. I would have said batted first on this sort of deck. I would have said anything over 320 would have been enough to probably defend and win on this deck. But yeah, wow, high scoring affair. Nisarga, a nice little 51. I mean, he started really well with that partnership with Mendis. It was a good partnership. Of course, Kusal Pereira was gone for a duck, so it's nothing that we haven't seen before from Sri Lanka. Kusal Mendis, though, let's talk about the man, my man, this channel's man. If you're a part of this channel, you are a Kusal Mendis fan. I mean, he is just one of the most exciting up-and-coming cricketers in the world. He's been around for a little bit now, but just hasn't really bursted onto the scene yet and made a ginormous name for himself and put his name up in lights. He's doing that this World Cup in India. Even in the warm-up game, he was dominating. In the Asia Cup, he was really good for Sri Lanka. Put Sri Lanka on his shoulders in that Asian Cup, and now is doing the exact same thing here in the ODI World Cup. It's phenomenal. It would have been nice to see him keep going because it was one of the most blistering ODI innings ever. Like 122 of 77 deliveries. That is some T20 stuff right there. 14 fours and 6 sixes. Like, you just don't see shit like that unless it's like Rohit Sharma or Chris Gale. You really don't see stuff like this. And he could have kept going. Like, when did he go out? Look at that. The 28th over mark. Imagine if he stayed out there for another 10 overs. Sri Lanka would have made 400 and they would have won this game, I want to say, comfortably in the end. So, yeah, of course, an amazing knock. Just needed to remain out there for a little bit, but at the end of the day, you put on 122, you're an MVP in my eyes. Hopefully we see him in the IPL soon. Really strong 100 in here, Sadira Samawikarama, who I want to say is quite inconsistent at times, I find. How old is he? Now, this is something that we're going to learn together. 28 years old, so he's actually a pretty good age. I thought he was a little bit younger, because I remember he came onto the scene a few years ago and then just kind of went underrated for a little bit, but he bounces out here. I'm actually unsure of how he's been going, but you're batting at 4 and in a big game like this against Pakistan, you make a ton off 89 rocks, 11 fours and 2 sixes. It's an outstanding innings. It just felt like they almost needed one of these guys to go on and make another 30, 40, which would have probably won the game. Sri Lanka won. And this is the problem, though, when we get into Sri Lanka, their middle order is just, it's pus. You know, you don't have a guy like Hasaranga. And I understand Hasaranga is not an amazing batsman by all means, but he is someone who has shown that he can push out a little 40, 50, 60 down the order. So he is a big miss in this team for mine. De Silva, 25 off 34, okay. And then you got the skipper, Shanaka, who did, let's be respectful, played well in their last game. But before that last game, had done nothing for about 10 games in a row with the bat or ball. So, yeah, where am I with him? I don't understand. He's a good captain. He's a really, really good captain. He's a good all-rounder. He's just not in great touch. And he's batting at what? He's batting at 7, is he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, look, if you're the skipper batting at 7, I don't know, either get yourself up the order or... yeah, make some runs at 7. That's the only way I can put it. Walalagi, 10 off 8. Thikshana, absolute rocket there from Ralph, and that was it. So, 344 for 9. They faced the full 50 overs, was important. That's always important, of course. But into the Pakistan bowlers, and, you know, for a bowling attack that gets regarded as arguably the best white ball bowling attack in the world, I didn't see a lot of that last night. I thought Afridi bowled okay early and then leaked a few runs late was Hasbullah, 1 for 66 off 9. Hassan Ali, he took 4 poles, 71 runs off it. A little bit expensive, but you take 4 wickets, no one cares. Mohammad Nawaz. Now, I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm not a fan. I struggle to watch him bowl. He's more of a part-timer to me. He took the wicket. It was more just a shit shot from, who was it? De Silva. It just went straight up in the air. It was more a shit shot, but got a wicket, 1 for 62 off 9. I just don't rate him. I struggle to see what the Pakistan selector's see in him. But clearly, you're an all-rounder and you can do a bit of both. I guess it's valuable. Haris Rauf, probably my favourite Pakistan bowler, I would say, him or Afridi. Or actually, I do like watching Shah as well, but he's obviously not playing. 2 for 64 off 10. Shadab Khan, Sydney Sixers legend, 1 for 55 off 8. So, yeah, not bad. And then Iftikhar Ahmed, none for 22 off 4. I think that's Pakistan's problem. They just, Shadab Khan, none of these spin bowlers are part-timers, but they're not excellent spinners. Like Shadab, Nawaz, Iftikhar, they're good spinners, but they're not world-class like a Kuldeep Yadav or a Zampa or a Shamsi or a fucking Ish Sodhi or whatever, you know? They're not... That's just my opinion. I could be totally wrong there. But anyway, let's move on. Into Pakistan's batting innings. Did not probably start the way they needed. Imam ul Haq's gone early. Babar Azam's gone early, the skipper. And I tell you what, Babar, let's get to Rizwan and Abdullah Shafique's innings in a second. But I do want to talk about, Imam. He's up and coming. He'll get better, whatever. I don't care. But Babar Azam, you are the skipper, brother. You are the damn skipper of this team, and you are not leading them through a tough World Cup right now. This is the toughest World Cup Pakistan's played, I want to say almost ever, in India for the first time in so long, playing a World Cup against opposition fans. It's tricky, but the conditions are somewhat similar to what they see back home. So it's no excuse for the Pakistan players to be like, these decks are so much different or anything like that, because it was a similar sort of highway to what they'd get in Pakistan. So, Babar, if you want to be regarded as one of the top 4 batsmen in the world, you can't be doing this shit. I'm sorry, but Steve Smith wouldn't do this. Kane Williamson wouldn't do this. Virat Kohli wouldn't do this. Joe Root wouldn't do this. You need to bring something in the next innings, man, because that's 2 pretty average scores in a row. And I don't remember how he did in the warm-up games either in the Asia Cup, but I don't remember there being... the Asia Cup, he started really well, and then it kind of faded a little bit late, and then, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not keeping up to date with Babar's statistics enough, but yeah, it doesn't seem like he makes big scores outside of Pakistan very often, which would be a concern if that was my captain or player, but it's not my team, so I don't really care. Abdullah Shafique. Amazing knock. That partnership between him and Rizwan is what won this match. So, just really, really outstanding stuff. Shafique, he just plays really such a tempered innings, 10 fours, 3 sixes, plays along the ground, but hits the bad balls away when they're needed, and I was really impressed with it. How old is Shafique? This is something I don't know about many of the Pakistan players. 23! Damn, he's 23? He looks like my uncle. All right, Abdul Shafique is 23. So he's got a massive future, a part of this team. You lock him in there for the next 7 years, go for it. That was an incredible knock. Babar, I know we spoke about you. Mohammad Rizwan, we did speak about him at the start of the video, but again, just doubling down on what I said. Is this Rizwan's best knock of his career? Again, I don't know Rizwan's whole career, but in a World Cup game, this felt pretty big. You could tell it with the celebrations as well, and even when he got to 50, he celebrated pretty hard, and that does kind of cringe me out. But when you go on and make the big 100 and win the game, you can do whatever you want. You can do 10 backflips if you choose to. So just really impressive stuff there. And Sword Shaquille, 31, it's cool. Iftikhar finishes it off 22 off 10 with 4 fours. So a really, really great game of cricket firstly, but just a good comeback by Team Pakistan here. Into the bowlers, Thick Shana, 1 for 59. Madhu Shankar, 2 for 60. Shanaka, okay, none for 28 off 5. Pathirana. Oh, brother. Now, we're going to have to talk about this. I mean, if you want to be Malinga's replacement and you want to bowl exactly like the man Lasith, you're going to have to bowl a bit better than that. That was a lot of pass. I know he's young. I know he's inconsistent with his line and length, but gee whiz, he bowls too many full deliveries too often, and it pisses me off. Like, bro, just stop bowling full tosses, please. That's all I ask. I don't know how many he bowled, but I swear every time that I'm watching Pathirana play, he always drops in about 3 to 4, full deliveries that don't bounce, and then the batsman just gets like a free swing in it. And it really annoys me because he's got so much potential with his speed and pace and all of that, but just needs to be a little bit more consistent, I would assume. Walalagi, none for 62. De Silva, none for 36. And Asalanka, none for 10 off 1. So, hey, Pakistan do win. So they get their first W of the tournament. And we have a look. No, sorry, that is poor by me. They get their second win of the tournament. That is... They beat... Jeez, did they? Oh, of course, they beat the Netherlands in their first game. Okay, so I guess, yeah, cool. 2-0. New Zealand, 2-0. Pakistan, 2-0. And they're the only two teams at the top of that table. So New Zealand and Pakistan fans would be feeling comfortable. Of course, there's only been 2 games played, so let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Australia is in 7th, which... It's quite depressing. India in 4th. India do play today. Where is my mouse? Where is this? Why is it all the way up there? What the fuck is going on? There it is. Okay. So it's today's game. India, Afghanistan tonight. Afghanistan. Who did they play in their first game? Bangladesh, and they got spanked by Bangladesh. Oh, brother. Yeah, this could be bad for Afghanistan. I'm going to say India win by 4 million runs. Where's it played? Oh, it's in Delhi as well. So... Oh, this could be very big runs and potentially some big wickets for some spinners amongst that. So India, Afghanistan is the one tonight. That'll be a ripping game. And then we've got the Aussies versus South Africa tomorrow. And fuck me, I mean, South Africa, if South Africa win that, they're looking good. If Australia lose tomorrow... We're finished. We are done. Throw Pat Cummins in the bin. Throw them all in the bin. Bring in Moses on Riggs to be the captain because that would be quite embarrassing. But it hasn't happened yet. So hopefully we win tomorrow and all goes well. Pray for me, okay? Pray for Team Australia. Keep us in your thoughts. But hey, that is going to finish this one off. Pakistan too strong in the end. Really just the batting all around. I mean, it wasn't a bowling win. It was a batting win performance there from Rizwan and Abdullah. But hey, that'll finish us off. Subscribe if you're new. Leave all of your thoughts down below about this one. And I'll see everyone in the next one.